Well, that's a big smile on the face, although I'm absolutely soaked. Pouring down today. Really good bit of fresh water coming in from the top lake here. It's well up on the little river, so I'm hoping we'll get some flow through in the next couple of days and give the main lake a big flush. I've just got the monk boards in. I just wanted to show you how I secure the monk boards in here. It's just a single board system, and these aren't oak boards to standard. If the DDT are coming to inspect, they'll expect solid oak boards for doing this, but I just use some tongue and groove Douglas fir, and it does the job absolutely perfectly. I just want to show you how I seal them up, which is a little method that my good mate Anthony Hurst told me about when we first got here, and that's just some blue clay. It works absolutely brilliantly. So if any of you out there have got problems with your monk boards, you know, with them you know, leaking and your monk leaking and all that sort of business, just some blue clay does such an awesome job, and I'll just show you how I've done it. All right, so as you can see, there's no water coming in. The boards are in place. I'll just show you. Zoom in. There you go. I've just done a whole section all the way through, top and bottom, all the edges. Let me show you through to this side. There you go. There you go. That's just some clay from up the top of the lake there. Seals it absolutely perfectly, and you know, makes it easy to get the boards out, and seals it up. So it's already come up a couple of inches literally since I've put them in. So I would expect it'll be up at least on that first board by the end of the night. And with all the extra rain we're going to get, it's going to come up nicely. So I've just cut some new boards in there because the old Douglas fir ones were not so good. So there we go. So there you go. Super easy job. Took about 2 minutes really in a sense. And I know that, you know, everyone has so much problems trying to seal their boards. So anyway, just thought I'd show you that little one. Rain stopped for a little bit. Come on, let's have some more of you. I'm going to go and do the lake. I've got to fill up the feeders. I'll do it while it's not raining so I don't get absolutely soaked and battered. All right, catch us guys. Bye-bye. Good day, peoples. Good day. Well, we're due to have 25 mil today of rain, so I've just come up the farm, and I've just grass seeded all the area of the back where I put in backfill for the river diversion, and hopefully this grass will take real quick. It's perfect time to put it down. We're due, you know, rain all week this week, so it'll hopefully take root and make this area all secure and lock everything in with its root system. So, so it's been a reasonably quiet week this week up on the farm. I've done a few bits and bobs, and obviously got this bypass stuff sorted and the top of the lake done. I'm just waiting for the rain now, and hopefully it can fill up the top lake, bring that right back up to its normal levels, which would be fantastic, and put a good flush come through this the main lake here at the farm. So I'm just going to go around and do the feed now, and yeah, get back home. I've got a feeling I might want to go fishing. We shall see. All right, catch this later guys. Bye bye. Well, we're back down Fensmere. Just going, looks like it's the forecast, as I said earlier, is supposed to be absolutely pouring down by now, and I'm hoping we're getting it. But it's sort of really starting to cloud over now, and I'm thinking we're going to get some we're going to get that bloody rain. So I thought I'd just come down and just check everything down here. Already been down once, and the fish was sat underneath the underneath that siphon again. It's quite strange. I tested all the water, all the parameters again. You know, people had said last time, you know, what was the ammonia like, nitrite, etc. I tested everything, non-existent. Remember, I'm getting pretty much a full water change in here every few hours really, with this amount of water coming in. So I think they just like it. I think they just like sitting under it, like probably like we do, having a shower, eh? Yeah, they were sitting under there. Bloody loving life they were. Yep, sitting under that they were. Absolutely having a life of Riley. These fish are coming on really, really well in here. I've been checking them out, I reckon they're going to be up to about sort of £5 crosses by the time I net this. I'm going to drop this right down probably in the new year. And there's about 25 fish in here. I'm going to thin it down to 15. And I reckon with 15 in here, I can get them right the way through then, and they'll be, I'll take them through to sort of mid-20s before I put them up into Fensmere. But everything's going. I've got air on this as well at the moment. So I've got water, air, the full Monty. Really trying to get the growth in these as good as I can. And I'm feeding higher percentage in here than I would normally feed in a bigger, more natural environment. But all looking very good. This is my peshary area. Again, where I've got the bung. Down the flow now, as you can see, is pretty much non-existent. Look. Really happy with that, with the bung up there. It's doing the trick. So super happy I've been able to stop that and get that down. That was always a worry. Yeah, much better. I'll just come around. It's beautiful out here at the moment. It's so still out on Fensmere. I thought I'd just come out and have a little mooch about. There's actually quite a few bubblers sort of just dotted around the place at the moment. So fish are feeding all over. So for we've got new anglers arriving this coming Friday. Yeah, this coming Friday for start next week. So it's all go again at Fensmere. These fish haven't seen any anglers since July. So yeah, they're feeding well over here. Look, let's have a see if we can spot it. Yeah, they're just over here. So yeah, I haven't had any anglers on here since July, so there's been no lines in. So these fish are raring to go. They've been feeding well and looking huge. Again, I'm expecting to see the general come out, and could be a new lake record. It's going to be very interesting. Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see. You know, I've seen her mincing about all summer. I've been out on paddle boards and that, and it just looks absolutely humongous. And I've got a feeling we might have an 80. That would be pretty darn good, wouldn't it? An 80 pounder, 4 foot long and about a foot wide. An absolute beast of a fish. So let's see what happens in the coming couple of few months. We've got anglers on here. We've got 6 more groups now to the end of the season. So again, you remember that, you know, oh, there's a fish, just spooked a fish down here. Just gone mental on the bottom. But yeah, the beauty of the Fensmere experience is, of course, you're not fishing week on week, and you're not turning up when other anglers have been on here, and you're not fishing for highly pressured fish. And that's the reason that Fensmere is fully booked for a fair few years, because getting in here is rare, you know, because people want to rebook, they want to come back and get amongst these big uns. You know, it's peace and serenity here. There's nobody around, there's no roads, and it's just bloody marvellous. We love it. There we go, look at that, look. Just in really close there. It's a real fat little fish, that is. Feeding really well. There's a few of them there, look. There's a few of them feeding. And if you could catch that tail that was there. Absolutely fantastic. There it is. It's just touching the surface. There it is. You can just see it, look, in the middle of that screen there. But there's several fish just there. That's just in front. So if you come in, that's just in front of that very shallow water. It's got its tail nearly out of the water, and it's feeding. They're feeding really well on the naturals. Bloody marvellous. All right, I thought I'd just show you. This is obviously at the end of the dam wall at Fensmere here, and this is basically going to be our last major job that we've got to do here for the DDT. And through here, where these trees, I've got to dish these up for firewood this year, but through here is going to be a 1 metre trench, and it'll come straight across the dam wall here and then drop down to the river. But it comes across here, there'll be a walk. It'll come through here, and I'll have to have a bridge across to take machinery, tractor, etc. And then it'll come through here, and then we have to be 5 meters back from the water. So it's going to be right along this edge, and then I have to have a bund, a 1 meter high, 3 meter at the base, 1 meter across the top bund. And basically I'll take you on the walk. It's going to have to go all the way around and then all the way around the lake. So a huge job that's got to happen next summer. And I'll take you on that little journey. So I was just up there earlier. It's going to come through here, the channel. It'll come through here and round this corner. This paddock originally wasn't ours. We swapped this 1 hectare paddock for 2 hectares that I had to clear and make good for the farmer. We swapped it with him to give us this paddock to do this job with. So the diversion channel will come through here, basically be a few meters back from the lake edge and go straight up this. So quite a lot of earth to come there and quite a lot of earth to come out of that area. But this area here is often very swampy. In fact, I dug a little hole here which the horses drink out of. Here we go. But it's still got water in it. It has still got water in, as you can see. Not a lot, but it's still got water in. This area here has a natural spring. So what I'm going to do here is this is going to be my 400 to 500 square meter stock pond. And then it'll have like a dam wall this end with an overflow that'll go down into the diversion channel, which runs up there. So a really nice way to use this, because it's very, very wet and very rarely is it very usable. And then the pond obviously sits naturally in this area. So all of this is going to be happening next year. Ideally, I would have done it this summer because it's been super dry, but obviously I had all that stuff to do up at the fish farm, and the big cat costs like 500 euros to move it just a few kilometers to the fish farm, and to bring it back here, to move it back up there to finish that, I couldn't do it. So that will come back this winter, the cat, and then hopefully we'll have, not too wetter spring into summer next year, and next July and August we'll be doing all of this work here, which will be the final work for the DDT, and then we'll get the next 30-year license. So I'll take you on the little journey as it goes up there. It's about a 450 meter diversion channel in total length, so it's a fair size. It's 1 meter at the base with 45-degree angles, so we're going to have a bucket made specifically for that. And the fall is only, I think, 0.5%, so a small fall, but it means the reason that we worked that was back from the dam wall, we hit bedrock. So we've worked from the solid bedrock, which will be the base of it, and then worked what fall we're going to get back up there. So it's only going to be a gradual fall, so just a bit of a scratch out at the top, really, to allow that water to come through. But it's got to be done. The DDT demand it, so we've got to do it. Massive work, massive job, but once it's done and dusted, and then it's all good to go, like Bill Bibb DeVoe. So anyway, I'll take you on the journey as we go up there of what else needs to be done. So here we are further up at the moment. So the channel will come through here. So a lot of earth to move here. I'm actually just going to use that, drop that over there, and then cover that with clay to make the bund. But these trees are going to unfortunately have to go. Here we are at the rocky single where the boards are. So unfortunately these trees will have to go, and the diversion channel will come through here behind that swim, and then come through here, which is my path all around the lake. These trees will have to go on this edge, and it will come through here. I'm going to try and leave that and create the bund here, and try and leave these trees. Otherwise it's going to be, we're going to lose too much foliage. So that's where it's going to go, and then it cuts in and round to the actual top of the lake where the stream is. So big works to be done, all part and parcel of fishery ownership. So this is the stream that comes into the top of Fensmere. As you can see, it's still flowing, reasonable amount of water. I know for a lot of people, they would give their right arms to to have this amount of water flowing into their lakes at this particular time of the year, after the however dry a summer we've had. But this is what we get, which is fantastic, and it's what makes the Fensmere water so good. We're at the top of our property into another paddock up here, which is another big horsey paddock for Sally's beasts.